Okay, Aquarius, this is your November 2020. So, Aquarius, the card that came for you is Beloved One. Beloved One. Archangel Chamomile, I am helping you with your spiritual soulmate relationship. So, your spiritual soulmate relationship. And this is the card that you got. This card definitely speaks about having the angels in your favor, in your corner, trying to help you to demonstrate that you are going to have a very strong connection coming soon in your spiritual realm, okay? Your spiritual soulmate and relationships. Something that is meant to happen. A lot of you, and I'm going to leave this card right here, hopefully you can see it. A lot of you have been dealing with a situation, not just in the month of November, because November's just getting started, today only being November 3rd, but I will say a lot of you have been contemplating a lot of things that has been going on, making you feel as kind of overwhelmed in a certain situation. What I am going to say, though, is having this guidance from the angels to help you to get things better understood is probably a better word. But what I'm going to tell you is your first card that comes up. Let me just start with the Four of Cups. So when I talk about the Four of Cups, the Four of Cups is definitely, listen, let me start with the suit. The suit itself, cups, meanings, is associated with your emotions, your relationships, your connections. The suit of cups is also associated with the element of water. So some of you, okay, Aquarius, some of you may be dealing with water, so to speak. Now, you may be dealing with Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, okay? But with the Four of Cups, and this is what we have here, the Four of Cups, this is definitely going to take you to a different place. This is going to help you to understand that the Four of Cups in tarot stands for self-absorption. Self-absorption, okay? Now, I'm going to lay this card here so you can see this. So with the Four of Cups, it definitely talks about you're wanting apathy, going within, trying to dig deep on how you feel about a certain situation. Okay, just like when you're looking here, this gentleman is definitely trying to go within, trying to understand what this person's feelings are. So this is you or your partner, whichever way this fits you or your situation. But understand that with this card, with the Four of Cups, I'm going to try to put my cup here to see if I can lean the card up for you to be able to see it better. Okay? So with the Four of Cups, again, with tarot, okay, not my psychic part yet, but tarot, it is about being cautious. Be cautious about getting stuck and getting self-absorbed. Self-absorbed person refers only to his or her own interest and desires. Just like the figure of the Four of Cups card, the figure is unaware of the cups being offered to him. See, he's not paying attention to the young man coming in with another cup that he's offering. He's only worried about what he has in front of him. Okay, the figure is unaware of the cup that's being offered. So you may be unaware that there's somebody else trying to help, or there's another person offering their love or their compassion to you. Somebody else may be trying to come into the pictures, but you're not wanting to see that. Also, you can see that he's so turned inward within himself that he misses a precious gift. So don't allow yourself in the month of November, Aquarius, to be so caught up into your situation that you're going to allow yourself to miss out on what is truly meant for you, what can make you very happy. Now, when you're looking at the Four of Cups in this upright position, you need to stop focusing so much on yourself and start looking outward. It is time to look more outward. You can focus on the needs of others right now. It's important to do that. That will help you to grow. And of course, in certain situations, You may need to focus on yourself for certain things. Self-reflection is great in times of stress. When you go within yourself, you can reflect and restore your emotional balance. It's also can be a sign of apathy, so you got to be careful. Because if you feel that you have lost all interest in activities and in life itself, if things are going stale all the time, you need to focus on things that will get you out of the emotional rut that you've been in. For some of you, there's been something, and I apologize for the lawn people out front. Unfortunately, I got to get this done. You just need to hear this message. So, yes, it is important to focus on yourself when in times of need to do so. But allowing your situation to control you, to keep you from enjoying, that don't help much, but to keep you from enjoying life itself. If you're finding yourself staying at home in the month of November, not accepting invitations or offers, Thanksgiving is coming up for some of you here in the U.S., and you may not want to attend that. You may not want to be part of it. You may not want to be around other people. You may feel like you just want to be alone. Doing that is self-sabotage. Please don't do that. For some of you, this card, in fact, is in the reverse. For some of you, the card is in the reverse, and this can definitely cause problems for you. The reversal of this card could mean that you are ready to fight your way out of a rut, which is a good thing. For some of you, it would be a good thing. For some of you, it also could mean you're very agitated and wanting to argue or fight about a certain situation. For a lot of you, you may be leaving behind all the bad feelings and walking into a light of a life without remorse or regret. You're ready to be part of the world now, and the world is getting ready for you. With the Four of Cups card, with love, where love is concerned, it means you have some regrets or some remorse about a situation. Maybe your relationship was disappointing. Maybe it didn't turn out the way you wanted it to, Aquarius. Maybe things were really rough around the edges for a while. If you're single Aquarians, you really are focusing on your perceived shortcomings and wallowing in those bad feelings, meaning you're all talking about, well, this ain't good for me, or I don't look like this, or I ain't got that, or I don't have what they have, or they're not going to see anything good in me, or I don't have anything to bring to the relationship, or anything to offer. Or if you're wallowing in self-pity, it's not going to be good. But if you're in a relationship, it might mean that you're fantasizing about a bigger and better relationship and taking for granted the person who is right in front of you. So for some of you, be careful, because again, if you're waiting to get into a relationship, you might not realize that there's somebody very close by you, Aquarius, who's wanting to be with you, wanting you to get to know them, wanting you to give them a chance, an opportunity. But you may be so focused on the pain that somebody else caused you. You may be so caught up in wallowing over your, this ain't good for me, that ain't good for me, this will never work out, I tried before, it didn't, blah, blah, blah. You can't get in there and expect to grow from that. Yes, you may have had some pain. You may have had some lessons that you had to grow through. And that's the whole point of it, growing through it, getting through it. But now you're going to have the opportunity in the month of November to sum this up for you. Those of you that are single, somebody is right there in front of you that you're not paying attention to, or that you're thinking is just a friend, or you're thinking is not going to work out. But they're right there. They're waiting for the opportunity for you to give them that opportunity. For some of you, this is definitely going to be about you already have realized that maybe something wasn't worth all of your time. Maybe you're feeling still some regret or remorse about a situation that may have happened in the past. For some of you who are still in a relationship right now, you could be fantasizing that this relationship will get better and bigger, that they'll want to commit, that they'll want to move forward. But for some of you, you may be, again, taking a person for granted who's right in front of you, somebody who's wanting to spend time with you, somebody who's wanting to build a life with you. For a lot of you, this card is going to definitely talk about times and things to overcome. figuring out a way to make something work. Now, the next card that looks like it's coming up for you guys is definitely going to talk about, well, it's swords. And when we talk about swords, that can get a little bit hectic. Swords would definitely be about cutting something out. So when we talk about the Nine of Swords, which is your next card, you can see the Nine of Swords. So with your Nine of Swords, in general, again, we talked about swords talking about cutting something out, taking action, having the power, looking for truth and justice. Maybe there's conflict going on right now. Maybe somebody's forcefully pushing you away, or you're pushing somebody else away. During the month of November, Aquarians, the suit of swords is associated with the element of air. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Yep. What do you think of that? You're definitely air. And Aquarius, of course. So you may be dealing with another air person. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. So as we go talking, and as the Nine of Swords, this person having some doubts or feeling kind of, again, sad, maybe wallowing. Maybe somebody is wallowing here because the card definitely looks like somebody's feeling sorry for themselves or very disappointed in the situation, correct? But with the Nine of Swords, it stands for somebody's worrying. Somebody may feel guilty here. Somebody's feeling guilt, like maybe they didn't do enough or they did the wrong thing, or maybe they should have accepted something. Maybe they shouldn't have said something. There's a lot of anguish. It's definitely having to do with a lot of pain and anguish that we generate within ourselves. Unlike the Three of Swords, where people outside are responsible for the pain and betrayal, the Nine of Swords meaning that it's often one of fear and anxiety. So this is not really talking about your partner cheating or putting you in a third-party situation or betraying you, but more so about you kind of putting yourself into that feeling. Your anxiety is making you worry. Things may not be happening as fast as you want them to in the month of November, but they are going to get better. Where the Nine of Swords is upright in this tarot reading, you could be dealing with major worry. Worry is most common torture that we put ourselves through. Often our fears and doubts will overwhelm us. Wondering if we did enough. Is it going to work out? What other course of action should I take to make this happen? These thoughts like this are unending. It's like a record playing over and over again. The Nine of Swords can also indicate distress. Now, this card is not pleasant by any means. The feeling of guilt or having done something wrong is very hurtful. Or maybe you're feeling that your partner had done something wrong that's hurtful to you. Maybe you're wondering why they didn't do more. Why they didn't try to save the relationship. Why they didn't try to make you feel better. Why they didn't try to clear up a situation that you question them about. So is this feeling that you're going through right now of guilt for not having done something that you should have done? When I draw this card for you, it's a warning that times are going to be difficult right now for Aquarians. But it is a time when the situation needs to be examined. And you're going to have to make some judicious choices. They're definitely going to have to be made. You're going to have to make some choices that may not feel so comfortable. This also card can indicate that things are hard at this moment. If you're single, you might be focused too much on your past and not enough on letting go of it and moving on. If you're in a relationship right now, feelings of guilt and betrayal might be in play right now. You might be feeling that your partner betrayed you. You might be feeling guilty because you know what they've done, but they're not owning their own shit. For some of you, you're really struggling with a situation right now. But you're going to be able to overcome this. By the end of November, you'll get through it and have been through it. But you're also going to learn to let something go. Some of you are going to pay attention to what's in front of you and start seeing somebody in a whole different light. somebody you may have looked at as a friend may now become a lover. So it looks like to me for the month of November, Aquarians, you have some little bit of rocky road or tough things to go through or decisions to make. But at the same time, if somebody betrayed you, then call them out on it. And either they're going to clean up their mess or you're going to have to let them go. If you let them go, you will find, just like those that are single right now, Aquarians, that there is somebody right there for you. You're just not noticing them. You're not giving them the time of day. So this is your November 2020. Pay attention to what's in front of you.